Hello, Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Vailoces-No.
You're watching
Silliman. Good evening, everyone. This is a magazine program that talks about different aspects of Silliman University, a program initiated to discuss matters concerning the campus by the sea. You are watching #Silliman. Maayong gabi ka natong tanan. Thank you for making #Silliman your Monday night habit. And Josh is not here with me, but tonight we will be talking a special topic, health and wellness. And with that, we invited our friends all the way from the School of Medicine. So without further ado, let me introduce our guest for tonight. Let's start with the mother of the School of Medicine, none other than the Dean, Dr. Jennifer Barimbao. Hello, Doc, and welcome to #Silliman.
Thank you for having us, and good evening, everybody.
All right, and Dr. Dean, may you please introduce who you are with us tonight?
Currently on the seat here in front of you, we have our faculty, practicing OBGYN, Dr. Daphne Lynn Rana. She is also the student advisor for the organization, and actually she is the mother of all the students. And I have here our third-year student, Ms. Sarita. She is the president of the medical school, student organization.
Of the School of Medicine.
Of the School of Medicine.
Right. Okay, let's start our conversation, Doc, since I said that we will be talking about health and wellness and also the programs of the School of Medicine. What's your number one tip for the audience for us to remain healthy?
Oh, to be healthy in the context of being a medical student, if they wish to be part of the medical school, they have to be prepared for the rigors of the discipline, and they have to have the character, like the grit and resilience that the program would have. So mentally, they have to be very, very strong.
Very strong.
Very
mentally.
strong.
So with that being said, I'd like to ask our student here, right? When it comes to the mental capacity or the mental strength you have, no, Kyla, how challenging is the program coming from the perspective of a student?
Thank you, Ma'am Rana, for that question. Well, going back to the question, as you've said, being a student and being a teacher, that's a different kind of path for the three of us. And in my perspective, one of the things I have to revamp on what Doc Barimbao said, that you have to be mentally strong. Your mental fortitude should be prepared when you enter medical school, because for me, my journey has been both fulfilling and challenging. Fulfilling in a way that as you go along with the program, my reasons are being uplifted as why I wanted to become a doctor. However, challenging in a way that as I go along, I also start to question if am I really for this path? Yeah. The sheer volume of information that we have to digest is not easy to begin with. I remember back in undergrad, I could easily cram and I could easily pass, not to brag, but in medical school, you actually have to study and prepare ahead, because your doctors will expect a lot from you, and also you'd also have to think of your future patients. So going into medicine, it's quite glorified. You know, you'd want to be in medicine because it's what your family wants, it's your dream job. However, you also have to take into consideration the things that you have to sacrifice, what it really takes to become a doctor. So I think that's what I could say more about the mental fortitude, or being mentally prepared, not only when it comes to academics, but also really in the long run. You have to push through, because as beautiful as these two doctors are beside me, they went through a lot just to be here. And I could only be so blessed if I could be a half or a quarter of the successful women that they are today.
Yeah, thank you for your kind words for our, competent faculty and dean, Kyla. Now, I'd like to ask Dr. Daphne here, because you mentioned while we are having, a chit chat behind the scenes, you are not a graduate from the medical school, Dr. Daphne, but you also mentioned that you sent your 2 children sa med school. So what's the reason behind that, if you don't mind sharing it with us?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to #Silliman. I am a true red graduate of the Silliman University from early childhood up to medtech. But I took my medical education in Cebu Institute of Medicine, one of the best, if not the best, in the country. Back then, there was no SAMS or Silliman Medical School, so I was forced to go to Cebu. But now, why I sent my 2 kids here is because I believe in the holistic medical education Silliman University Medical School gives. What I mean by this is that they are not only for the classroom.
Yes.
In other words, they enjoy the campus by the sea, they enjoy the slow-paced life, so that especially in this generation where mental stability is one of the great concerns now, they are not focused to just study. They have other extracurricular activities. There are a lot of campus activities. Just like when I was in Silliman, I developed not only academically, but also I developed my extracurricular activities, especially the faith that Silliman has taught and instilled in me. That is why both of them, and probably the third, will also stay here. I told them, get your medical education here because you are developed holistically.
Thank you very much for that, Dr. Daphne. Now, let me bank on that word, holistic education. I'd like to ask Dean more about that. How does holistic education cultivated among the students when it comes to character, competence, and faith?
Okay, it's education, medical education is very rigorous. It's like you have to spend most of your time studying. But here in the university, in the Silliman University, it creates a community that they are included in whatever activities the university has for the student body. So they get to play. They get to play during the intramurals. Although there are activities by the student organization of the medical schools, but it's more of them belonging to the community, which is the Silliman campus, and outside. And they get to explore their talents as well. Yes. Considering that they can study, they can learn instruments if they want to, and then we also have opportunities for them to showcase whatever talent they have when we have activities such as our fellowship during Christmas, and they get to be exposed to their mentors who are in the industry already. They are specialists in their field, and they get to explore and talk to them up front, in person, and not just wait until they get to be in hospitals. Yes. Because it's kind of neighborly for the institutions to be helping each other. And it's already a given that they have to have the study habits that is required of the medical student, though. So I don't want to tell them how to study because they have to have that already. Yes. Prior to coming into medicine, but some would be overwhelmed because we accept students who are freshly graduated from their baccalaureate degrees. So holistically, they get to be with whoever they want to be. They have organizations here.
Yes.
And as Dr. Daphne said, faith really has a very big part of the success
Yes.
of each student.
Thank you very much for that, Dean. No, so from what I'm getting, the students at the School of Medicine is not only shelved, no, or they are not only what do you call this? They can have a lot of options to explore different hobbies, not just focus on the medicine.
Yes.
No, on studying medicine, I mean. Now, let's take first a short break, and when we come back, let's also talk about the character component. How do we make good doctors out of our students? And perhaps we can also talk about the programs being offered at the School of Medicine. And with regards to the students, what are the different programs that you enjoy? Are we just, focus on the classroom, or do we extend our hands to communities as well?
Okay.
All those things when #Silliman returns.
Welcome home, Sillimanians! Kamusta inyong first day? Nakavisit na ba mo sa Genesis booth?
Well, not to worry if wala pa because we're here until Thursday.
Welcome to Genesis!
Araw-araw kang tumatakbo sa puso ko. Wave high! Wave high! Wave high! Hi! Hi! Ako mo ba daw say hi! Yes, hi! Wave high! Wave!
Excuse me. Where can we find a place of worship?
Explore and see artifacts from across the Philippines in one place.
Discover culture and moments worth remembering.
explore agriculture and sciences on campus.
Visit a historic national landmark, all in one place, right here at Silliman University. So, where can we book a tour?
And now we're back. Thank you for staying with us. Still here are our friends from the School of Medicine, Dean, Barimbao, Kyla, and Dr. Daphne. Earlier, when we paused for a short break, I asked questions like, aside from competence and faith, how does the character being developed at the School of Medicine? And I think because she let her children study at the School of Medicine, I think Dr. Daphne can best answer this question. Dr. Daphne?
Now, I think character is actually built at home.
Yes.
Okay? It starts at home. It is just probably cultivated in the medical school. Now, what our students show in the medical school reflects also how they were raised at home. Now, in the medical school, we have this special mentoring program. And aside from that, these students are free to talk to us. Okay? So in this mentoring program, they have mentors, the doctors, so that they can easily go and approach them just in case they are having a hard time. Now, I have first-hand experiences of several, almost 10 students at the brink of quitting in medical school. They ran to me, they sought for help. So being open to them, having an open line to them has helped. So much so that I was able, and probably the other mentors also were able to refer them to the proper doctors to address their psychiatric needs. And proudly, they were able to finish, and now most of them are even specialists. Some had to quit for a year, but they were able to catch up, and now they are specialists in their own way.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing that, Dr. Daphne. That goes to show that when you enroll at the medical school, it's not really a solo flight, because there are mentors who will really help you along the way, no? So for those who really want to, enroll at a medical school, it's not a battle that you can just face on your own. You can always ask for help from our mentors and, of course, Dean. Now, let's talk about the programs being enjoyed or being participated by the student body, Kyla. So what are the different activities, perhaps, that you spearhead as an organization?
Yeah, so going back to what Doc Barimbao and Doc Rana said, we run a holistic program, and the students are involved in that program. So we have to be transparent. We are not a big department, and so everyone is involved. As I've said, your best ability is your availability. So no one can really hide in the shadows, but they're not spectators, but they're expected to be involved. And one of the things that med school is proud of is its community extension program. So we have our Zoom Sunday and our Zoom Sabado. So what that is about is every Saturday, that's what we call the Zoom Sabado. We actually visit the community, and we impart our knowledge, and we talk about health. That's where our students are involved, and they get to apply what they actually know, and they get to impart their knowledge as well. And Zoom Sunday, on the other hand, we go to churches on Sundays, and we offer free services. We have our free BP, our blood typing, and we cultivate what they know already, and also we make use of what they know during their undergrad. So we have our PT, they offer free services. We have our med techs, our nurses, so everyone is actually involved. And aside from that we are involved in the community, we also are involved within Silliman. We have our partnerships committee to make partnerships with other colleges and other organizations. And I'd like also to add on what Doc Barimbao said, that we are involved in Silliman. We are also involved in Mr. Hibalag and Miss Silliman. In fact, we have been consistently among the Royal Court, despite our schedule and despite the hectic our schedule in studying. We are part of that as well, and many more. So for the students who want to be in Silliman University Medical School, don't worry, you will still have social life. However, you'll have to master your scheduling abilities, because everything and everyone is involved. So wala dyo excuse. Everyone can come. You are welcome. However, as what we've said, we want to be transparent that it's not an easy path, but if it's for you, it really is for you, and God will find a way that you will be here with us. And once ma-enter na mo, we won't let you down, we won't leave you, because you have our dean, our SAMSA advisor, and your SAMSA officers as well, the student government inside our organization, to help you throughout the journey.
Yeah, thank you very much for that words of comfort, Kyla. No? Because some people might be hesitant to enroll at a school of medicine because they might, they have this kind of perception that it will take so much of their time. But because you mentioned with just good time management skills, you can be whoever you want. You can still join these activities and enjoy your student life. Now, you mentioned about communities, and I'd like to ask more about that. And Dean, can you please share with us the different outreach programs, or perhaps symposium or seminars that we usually do?
We have this medicine. It's supposed to be a medicine week, but we had extended it for the whole month of September. It's going to be, we have a speaker. It's like a postgraduate symposium from a neurologist who is Dr. Pantoy, is also a product of SAMS. He's going to bring over specialists also in the field of neurology and behavioral science, I think. They're going to make a lecture, kind of whole day lecture in the medical school. And other programs which is already embedded, it's we have, of course, the academics. And for the community, we have community partners, which we have spoken with the leaders in the LGU, and we already have MOA with them, Valencia, Palimpinon, for our family and community medicine, which is, the program is embedded in the curriculum, so first year to third year, and we have partnered with Sibulan, LGU, which is headed by one of our graduates as well, Dr. Sibala Arco. And we have community partners in Bantayan. And we are thinking of expanding to Darwin, but that's still in the works because of the partnership with the hospital and them being part of the administration of the in Marina, Darwin. And what else? Programs, as mentioned by Dr. Daphne, we have, it's a unique kind of definition for mentoring because the mentee tend to be kept under the wings of a mentor who is a faculty member. And then this mentoring program is not compensated, it's by goodwill of the faculty who extended this part of their time for the students. When we accept students, they will be assigned. It will just take a little bit of time because we have to assign faculty members to be mentors. We have to ask for their time because it takes time to deal with. Because it's not just academics that they have to speak with their mentor. It's more of everything that goes through their mind and probably their body. And then it's like when they are first year, they carry on to being a graduate, and then they carry on to being trainees in their training program. If hopefully they go in training right away. And that's when they, even through life, they get to be called. These mentees who are graduates, who are matured into their specialty, will still be able to call on their mentor for any like small talk or kamustahan. We tried to have that already during the academic years. And for research, well, they have research with their first year, which they carry on to graduation. Currently, they are enjoying the certificate of public health, but we are going to maybe revisit that one and update it on the current program for public health.
Yeah.
That's still in the works, and I have to talk to several people.
Yeah, so from what I'm getting, no, the School of Medicine is really all over the place. You're in the community, you're in research, of course you're in the classroom, of course you are in the hospitals as doctors, no? And I'd like to ask Dr. Daphne here, what makes the Silliman University School of Medicine, from the perspective of a faculty, no, unique than other schools, perhaps?
As a faculty and as a practitioner, actually, teaching is only my sideline. Okay, most faculty members are on full private practice. So actually, it is the dedication of each faculty member, because we do not get paid so much, but in spite of that, we are willing to render hours in the medical school rather than sitting in the clinic and imparting our knowledge to the students. It gives most of us probably great satisfaction that we are able to teach them and somehow think that later on in life, when we retire, they will be the ones to take care of us, our families, and health needs.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Daphne, for that answer, and thank you very much for your work. That reminds me of the conversation we had earlier, that if law has this tagline, law with a conscience, you know, it's at Silliman University Medical School, it's medicine with compassion, right? Yes. Now, we're running out of time. I have a lot of questions, but let us end this conversation with my question from each one of you. Like, what are the requirements that are expected from perhaps enrollees or from students at Silliman University Medical School? Dean.
Okay. For anyone interested, so firstly, you have to be prepared, and you have to have the medical school or the medical profession as your priority. Of course, we do not have the accelerated program, so we get applicants who are baccalaureate degree holders already. And they have to have a GWAG of more than 85 or 85, and they have to have the score, the result of their NMAT already. So that's around 60. Our cutoff is 60 and above. They can take the NMAT even even if they're not yet finished with their baccalaureate degree. So I would suggest that they take it during the summer term of their third year, because there's validity for 2 years. And if they take it and then they cannot reach the cutoff of 60 and they really want to be admitted into SUMS, they still have time to take another set of exam, which would also have their score be a little bit improved from whatever score they got. And the other documentation, it's more general already. But what we want for our future applicants to have is that they have to be prepared. They have to be prepared to cut their social life a little bit, maybe half. And they have to be able to know how to manage their time. This is not a part-time study. It's a full-time, full-body workout.
Yes.
From studying. The brain is not just the one that's being exercised here, although expectedly it has to be the biggest muscle that you will have in your body in medical school. They have to have the flexibility and being able to adapt maybe the load, the sheer volume of reading materials, that if you're not a reader, you still have time to cultivate that ability. Well, they have to have the tuition money.
Yes, of
they
course.
have to have the tuition money. So they have to be prepared also. If they wish to seek scholarship, then they can do so. We have several scholarships in the university and other partners as well. And yes, money has to be in it, because they still have to have fees to be paid other than the tuition.
Yes, right. Thank you very much for that, Dean. And very importantly, is there an age limit for those who want to enroll at SUMS?
It's not spelled out, but as I understood it from the CMO, it's a limit of 40 years old. It's like this. It's the context of them graduating at a certain age and them applying for training. And most of the training program have age limits. Understandably so, because one has to be healthy.
Yes, of course.
One has to have had no health issues, BP and all that, hypertension, because of the duty that would probably go with the training program. So to set it off, maybe ideally they have to be in the medical school first year around 25, putting in a 1-year rest period from once they graduated from whatever baccalaureate degree they have. And ideally, we should also think of the capacity. As you grow older, it's kind of difficult to study, to get the study habit. So ideal age would be 29 and 25 to start in medical school. But I'm not saying that the other mature learners cannot come in and apply for, because we already have several who have baccalaureate registered nurses and also took up master's degree in public health, and some had master's in engineering. So that's kind of 6 years plus 2 years, that's already matured. So
yes.
Matured learners are welcome. They just have to be in tune with the younger generation that they will have in their class. So parang they would still be able to meld with the population.
Yeah, one has just to be prepared mentally, physically, and of course emotionally, and much important, financially.
Yes.
Right. Now, before we end this conversation, any message from our faculty and of course our student? Let's start with Dr. Daphne.
if you want to be trained, if you want to be a physician, a 5-star physician, come join us at the Silliman University Medical School.
Kyla?
Yes, I don't think I'd have to add, I don't need to say more because they've basically covered everything. But as we've been discussing the entire time, everyone is welcome, and you need not worry about the competence because it's there, it's a given. And most importantly, I'd like to bank on our community, because the culture isn't cutthroat. Our culture is family and community, because who would have thought that I'd be sitting here with the dean and with the SAMHSA advisor, but in reality, they're very approachable and they're really like mothers. So everyone is welcome, and we're hoping to see you on our next academic school year.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Daphne, Kyla, and Dean Barimbao for this interesting conversation about, the School of Medicine. And of course, thank you for staying with us, and to God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians! Thank you for watching #Silliman. Don't forget to like this particular episode and comment your favorite episode. And don't forget to also follow us on Facebook, that is #Silliman. And we are also present on YouTube, that is still #Silliman. And don't forget to click the notification bell to get more updates. And of course, you can watch us at Phil Products Channel 6 every Monday at 8 p.m. and replays will be shown every Tuesday before the noontime news and every Saturday after the noontime news. On behalf of Joshua Soldivillo, this has been Ronelyn Vailoces-No. See you next week, only here on #Silliman.